Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're in my favourite place in the world. Yeah, not quite. We're in Forest of Dean and we've come here for the MIJ Downhill. We've come here the day before. It's a bit of a trek up for me on the south coast. So we're going to have a look at the track on the trail bike and then get a couple of lines. We're obviously not allowed to use a GoPro for race runs or practice. So hopefully I can get a full run tonight and then go from there. Oi, oi. We've just got here, we've walked up the track straight away. It's loose, certainly don't require a downhill bike. And there's a number of lines actually, it's quite cheeky. There's a couple of insides that you can do. So I'm going to go all the way to the top and just have a little roll run to start off with. You can see there's an inside outside, likewise an inside outside. The problem is with any inside here, the ground is so slick, well not slick, but just so dusty, good chance of sliding. So I just think anywhere where there's support is where you really want to go on a track like this. Out the gate, we've got a bit of a sprint. To get to the first far road, there's two little lines you can do here. You can do outside and carry a bit more speed, but it's a bit further around, or you can just cut across on the inside, but you've just got to be pretty rigid in staying on the inside so you don't drop low. Well, here we are at the start of the downhill racetrack for tomorrow. We're going to try and get a full run in before the night draws to a close. I think the track is going to change quite a lot, so it's obviously had, you know, a good 100 riders on it today, and you can just see how it's getting more and more blown out. So tomorrow will be challenge and test time to see what happens, but for now let's just do a run, work it, rest out in the morning. Here we are then. Apologies for the noise of the bike, that is from the Mega. Right, here we got inside, we try middle, and a bit more speed. A lot of these corners are going to get blown out. There it is. That's going to be quite hard to race, I reckon. Race day is going to prove a little different to that, because you can already see there's a couple of lines I was a bit tentative around because they're blown out already. So another 150 riders riding that 4 or 5 times tomorrow. It's going to be a bit different, but let's go back up, let's have a little look at lines and then go from there. So this is one of the insides. As you can see, it's all well and good, short bit of track, but a lot of people in practice have ended up eating crap. So come racer on, I think the one is sticking to the outside, loads of support, and that obviously means that we can carry a bit more speed into the next section. Oh, inside. Okay, so I'd say this is the hardest section. We've done all the top pedally bit. We're coming into this off camber, so you can see the boys coming in now. Have it. And then we're greeted with what we can only describe as fun but technical. There's ruder words for it. So here we've got 3 lines essentially. We've got an inside, we've got a middle, we've got a low. As you can just about see with the low, they've had 50, 60 odd riders here today riding it a number of times, and it's just getting blown. The last bit of that berm is blown out to hell. We've got an inside, but the problem is with this inside, you can just see the roots are coming exposed and you're not going to be able to carry exit speed at all. And then we've got this middle, so we've got a bit of a platform here where people are hitting this and they can almost use this to pump up and get on the pedal. So you imagine the bike shape when you get into this, it's almost straight to allow you to get straight on the gas. This inside, you're still doing an element of turning, and as you can see there's a number of trees that are going to catch you out. So I think it's a case of waiting for tomorrow, see how it pans out, see how this gets affected, and then go from there. So we're just going to do another run before it gets too dark. So what's cool for a Forest of Dean race, so it's the MIJ series that are running this race for tomorrow, but you can see how they're not using the mainstream track. So you can see there's a massive difference with the ground where it's not hard packed, it's churning up every single run. So you can sort of see here we've got an outside where the berm's blown out a bit, and we've got the inside as well. Once again, we'll just see how it pans tomorrow. I personally feel you can't really go too wrong with the inside. Okay, so we're off the start. We've got a bit of a sprint coming into a compression over a fire road. Now that compression's all too easy to drop to flat. We want to try and keep as much speed as we can because the next part of this trail is all flowy. Now you'll see in a minute with these berms, it's all too easy to try and cut one in. The problem we've got with cutting one in, we end up squaring the next one. So we want to try and keep that flow as best we can.
Joe, you'll blow them orange.
Oh, as I go fast?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So here we are. No, it's all good, dude. It's all good. So here we are at the start of the downhill racetrack for tomorrow. We're just going to have a nice, chilled, easy run down just to try and look at lines. Admittedly, it's probably going to change quite a lot tomorrow morning, but as you guys well know, British Cycling don't allow GoPros for practice or race days. So we're going to try and get as much of the track tonight, and then hopefully tomorrow just film some little bits and bobs. See you in a bit, man. Yeah, a bit. Right, here we go then. We are going to do the racetrack. Hi, Joe. Right, inside. Hit the berms, try and keep the speed. All too easy to blow out. Right, inside to inside. Maybe hit the back end of that berm. Sorry about the noise for the bike. Had a bit of a time at Mega Avalanche. Right, that's where it gets a bit gnarly. Right, here we're going to go low. Right. Into that to carry the speed. Right, off camber. Stay open. Hit the back end of the middle of that berm. Try and keep wide around here. On the outside. And there we go. Happy with that. Bring on the fun tomorrow. Sick little afternoon shred. Put the old beast away, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning for race day. Let's do it. Good morning, sports fans. It is the day of the race. The sun is out. We lived it up in the van last night, so let's go do it. Oi, oi. I'd love to be sandbagging, but because it's Pro-Am rather than Expert Elite, I better be in Pro-Am. Well, I'm in Pro-Am, mate, so I can't sandbag. Number 29. Right, let's get her out. She is good to go. So because it is a British Cycling event, you do need a full face for the downhill today, so that is why we're wearing a full face. As I said yesterday, we're not allowed the camera for race or practice, so I'll just see what I can do. Oh look, my idol's turned up. There he is.
Just slid. You do it. Oh, that's the bit you don't want to go in. The bit I don't want.
We're in the techie corner. What's the line, Jim, do you reckon?
Inside, outside.
Inside, outside.
Big gun.
So we've got 3 lines: outside, middle, in. We're starting to think now the way the track's going, maybe in, and there's a bit of a catch. Okay, so this is a little techie section of this track. You can see got an outside in, very, very loose, as you hopefully saw from that video. Jim went careering into the berm. The inside just means that you've got to slow down slightly beforehand, which means you obviously straighten the corner out.
Yeah! That's the one!
That was the one, Jimmer. Okay, so we've done a bit of practice. Happy with the track, it's blowing out every run. So now we are going to chill out for a bit before race runs. 2:09. Bit of time to have a bit of lunch and then we go over first run. The racing is upon us. We're going to head down to the start and check it out. Hopefully the track isn't too blown out, but we will see. Got one of Aquila's on, he's definitely going to do well. Right, here we are at the start, all ready and round. Go on, lad. there's a bit of a delay, so it just means we're going to walk down to the top couple of corners, just see how blown out it has got, and then we go up for a race run. As you guys well know, sorry to carp on, I can't take the GoPro with me, so hopefully we get a few shots from other people. Oh no, dude, the carnage corner. Okay, so it's obviously loosened up somewhat. I think we just get nice and chilled. Oh, see how soft it is. One footprint and the whole berm's gone, so it's pretty damn loose. If you look at the track, it's definitely got looser, so I think first run just nice and chill, get a time on the board, and then second run probably push it a bit more. Queuing up, ready for the start. Don't matter how old, don't matter how many races you've done, you still get nervous.
Next rider.
You're running. Stop running now, outside.
You can see all the action there from the start. Oi, oi!
As you can see, there is the start down there. We've just come back from our first run. Wasn't the best. I ended up braking so hard because of watching how loose those corners are, which I feel impeded me. But we've got another run. This run I'm just going to let off those little brakes a bit more, and hopefully we can let it out and see what happens. I'm currently sat in 4th, so in my eyes it's like the worst position because you're there but you're not there enough. So let's bring on second run, take it from there. Worst case, cover my own bat. I've had a sick day, and let's just have this one and see what happens. Yo.
Yeah, boy!
Oi, oi. So we've just come back off second run. I'm pleased to say I was a second and a half quicker. Pretty stoked because it's put me in 3rd. However, genuinely, it wasn't the run I was hoping for. I was all over the shop and it certainly didn't feel quicker. One big mistake, I could have been searching for that win. But what can I say? I'm in one piece. I've made the podium in Pro-Am. Would have won my old age category, so pretty stoked. Let's go do pods. Yo. Whee, Jimmers. Coolest man in mountain biking. The biggest spoon in mountain biking. What's he doing? First in Masters, Jim. How's that feel?
Yeah, well, I'm glad that you weren't here, but yeah.
Well, I am here. That's the wrong
Not
thing.
in Masters, you're not, Ben.
I'm going to use... Yeah, I was filming. Cool.
Boo! You can't go
on, big head.
You can't go over his big head.
Winner in Pro-Am with 104.
That is the end of the day. As you saw, I got 3rd in Pro-Am, and do you know what? I'm still stoked to get amongst it and still put in a pretty respectable time with the youngsters. I could have personally done better, but at the same time, what a rad day. Massive thanks, MIJ Downhill. Make sure you go and check those guys out. Be sick if you guys like this video. Be epic if you subscribe. Have a look at the other videos. There's a lot of mega content from recently. And until next one, see you in a bit. Oi, oi.